All right, what's up, everybody? So I'm going to be going live here and sharing all about this guy, okay? Kangen Water. Water that comes from a level K8 from a company called 𝗫𝗫𝗡𝗏 based out of Okinawa, Japan. I'm excited to share a lot about the information, the awareness. We're going to do question and answers. I've got a lot of Q&As that I'm going to help you guys navigate. I know many of you that are on this or watching this replay have heard about it perhaps, or have never heard about it, or have considered getting a machine, or how does it work? Hey, I read this on a blog. Hey, I saw this online. Hey, this person posted that. Hey, I'm a doctor. I saw this. And we're going to clear up all that misinformation. So what's up, everybody? Come on in. It's going to be fun. We've got a lot to share. So we're going to do some water testing here in a bit. I'm going to explain to you the importance of hydration. We've got our Kangen Water machine right here. Not the actual machine. Okay, some people, it's not the actual machine. My actual machine's over there. Okay, I've got some literature I'm going to share with you guys. And we're going to talk about what exactly this thing is and why it's so important, and how this machine, literally, this machine is a mirror of our own bodies. It's a mirror of what Mother Earth does in nature. And that's the first thing I want to start with is you look back on the history of water. It's been a long time. And if you guys have questions as we go, you guys can more than welcome to type them in the chat. Any questions you guys have. My intention before I close this live is to answer everyone's questions or anyone's confusion or concerns or fears or doubts. Because when something is growing as the fast, a lot of people really got to make sure they're getting all their information correct. So let's start at the beginning, right? At the beginning, water, the ocean, we live on a planet where 70% water. Plain and simple. Our bodies are 70% water. You look at a drop of water. There's so much data in one drop of water. They say that the amount of information in one drop of water can tell you about the history of humanity, which is pretty remarkable in itself. And there's places all over the world where they're called healing waters. And if you guys are taking notes, and really paying attention and listening, which I highly recommend, look at these places and look up these places. You can actually travel to them. People will travel there to line up to get the water from these spots. These are healing springs that come up from the ground. I would say Nordenau, Germany is a place you can look at. You can look at Lourdes, France, the Hunza Valley in Pakistan. There's many different places around the world where the water comes up from the ground. And remember, Mother Earth is a big ionizer. Mother Earth has a negative charge, if you guys did not know. That's why we go outside and we go grounding. We put our feet on Mother Earth to receive electrons. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about that word electrons because many people, including you, even me in the past, we're electron deficient. Our battery is low. So if you look at your iPhone charger right now, if it's at like 20%, you're running on low battery. And a lot of us go and look to find where's our charger. Well, our charger can come in the form of sunshine. It can come in the form of grounding and earthing, getting in nature, getting near waterfalls. Shoot, even hugging a tree is going to give you free electrons. You can get it through breath work. You can get it through unprocessed whole foods, chemical-free, pesticide-free. You can get it in water that contains electrons. You can get it from hugging other people. You build electrons through processing emotions. You can get it through infrared light. So there's many ways to gather electrons because you want to raise your voltage. So Mother Earth itself, it's an ionizer. Okay, there's the ionosphere. There's different types of layers in our atmosphere. And really at the end of the day, though, the crust of Mother Earth has a negative 20 millivolts. And why is that so important? Millivolts. Okay, you're going to see on this little meter here in a bit. Okay, if I hit on the on button, there's numbers. And if you guys can see, I know there's a little light reflection. Up at the top right there, it says MV. Okay, MV, millivolts. We're going to actually see what type of voltage, what kind of energy are in these beverages, right? In these beverages that many people are drinking and looking to because of the marketing. So our body is screaming for electrons. I know a lot of people talk about alkalinity. We're not going to cover too much on that because it's such a vague term and there's so many different ways to look at alkalinity. You can create alkaline water through chemicals. You can create it through minerals. You can create it through ionization. And a lot of people don't even have the basic general education to really pinpoint these things. So if we know that Mother Earth is constantly supplying electrons, And our bodies itself should have a negative charge. Our blood, our cells, our tissues should have a negative charge for them to work properly and correctly. Now, the first thing I want to share with you guys is this image here, and I've saved a bunch of them for you. Take a look at this. Okay, take a look at this. Right, let's do right here. Okay, can you guys see that? So this is the term for alkalinity, the pH balance. Okay, it's another term to measure voltage. Now, what happens if you guys look on the bottom, all of a sudden your millivolts start dropping. And the moment that your millivolts hit positive, okay, some research you can look into, the way your cells operate start to stop functioning as well as they should. And some will say that once it gets to a positive millivolts in your cells, you now start opening up a terrain, right? An environment, an aquarium, because we are aquariums inside of our body. You don't treat the sick fish, you change the water. When you create a positively charged environment, which is a proton-rich environment in the body, you start welcoming all sorts of health issues. Okay, that's where you start getting allergies. You may start getting autoimmune, chronic disease, so forth. Without getting in deeper into all that, because again, I am not a doctor. I have no degree or resume in practice or medicine or anything like that. I just read a lot of books. I experience a lot of different things, and then I put it together in a simple way so people can comprehend it. So if we know that health is predicated with a negative charge and that Mother Earth is constantly sharing ions in nature, in waterfalls, in the earth, in the atmosphere, and our bodies thrive with this negative charge, it's safe to say that the food we eat, the water we drink, the things we listen to, the things we touch, the things we surround ourselves with, the things that we are around should in fact mirror this simple fact. What happens is we have something called the matrix, okay? We have something called the matrix, and the matrix itself, a mental matrix, the matrix out there is full of protons. It's full of positive ions. Positive ions are going to make you more tired. They're going to make you more fatigued. They're going to slow down digestion. They're going to cause more pain and inflammation. They're going to age you. It's going to oxidize you. What's an example? You've got processed food, GMO food, hybridized foods. You've got pesticides. You've got chemicals, chlorines, fluorides, heavy metals, NNEMF. Make sure it's NNEMF because EMF is electromagnetic frequency. We're always giving off EMF. Okay, there's good EMFs and there's bad ones. There's trails in the sky, there's pollution in our environment, there's stress, anxiety, and fear. We shallow breathe, so we're not actually breathing effectively. We're not able to exhale all of these excess protons, which society doesn't tell us. Nutrition and food is so predicated off calories, protein, carbs, and fats. And no one even talks about the energy of food technically and the electrons and what it provides. So if we realize that this whole matrix that we're waking up to and we're looking to escape is built off protons, built off a positive charge, which age you, inflame you, and take your energy and oxidize us and create sickness quicker, pain faster, a shorter lifespan, and more, how can we flip it? And we're trying to do all of these things. The first thing you'd want to do is identify what you're eating, what you're consuming that is actually taking your energy. And when you say energy, that's not caffeine. It's not calories. Those are more chemical, so to speak. I'm talking physics, quantum. This is electrons, okay? Our body runs on electrons. Why? Because each one of our cells has a negative charge. Now, let me pause here and show you guys this slide here. Okay, do you guys see this? This is very important, and this is not talked about, and this is hard to explain in a 1-minute reel, and that's why I want to do more of these lives, because education is the name of the game. There's something called grounding that you guys do. Now, look at the top. You guys see the pH scale? If you guys zoom in, you guys see the pH scale up at the top? So if you look on the acidic side of the graph, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right at a 7.35, something highly acidic like soda, for example, carbonation, even certain chemicals, processed foods, those are going to have, if you zoom in there, a positive ORP, meaning it is taking energy from you. We are drinking these beverages. We are eating these foods. We are surrounding ourselves with Wi-Fi and EMF all the time, bad EMF, and we're wondering why we keep hitting these health crises, these health challenges, these hiccups, trouble sleeping, so we go take melatonin, trouble working out, so we take more caffeine, trouble thinking, so we take all these adaptogens, which are great, guys. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying that at the end of the day, your body and your mind and your soul is looking for electrons. Because when you make the jump right at 7.35 pH, which people will say, well, different pHs in the body, absolutely, right? Our stomach acid is highly acidic. What happens is at the 7.35 pH balance, which is very interesting because the Schumann resonance is 7.83 hertz. So it's almost right the same, right? You start getting the more alkaline state. You guys see that on the right side? You have a negative charge. So when someone says eat more fruit, eat more vegetables, okay? When someone goes raw or plant-based, what they're really saying is they're feeling better and lighter and cleaner because of those electrons. Now, here's what happens. People change their diet. They'll go plant-based or they'll change and go raw or whatever that might be. And they may feel crappy. Over time, they may feel weak because the foods and beverages they are drinking are electron deficient. Maybe the food they're getting is not from an organic grower. The water they drink is depleted of its electrons. The soil that the food grows in or the cows eat is depleted of minerals and electrons. Our bodies are finding and searching anything we can to gather electrons, and caffeine is one of the easiest things that can get people's attention because it's a get energy quick. So pH stands for potential hydrogen. It's a remapping of the voltage scale. Let me repeat that. pH is a remapping of the voltage scale, which I'm going to show you how this meter works to test the voltage of a liquid. An acidic pH corresponds to more hydrogen ions. What does that mean in layman terms? Basically, from this machine, if you hit a button that I have right here, if you hit a button down this hose, you're going to produce water that can disinfect, sanitize, and break down all sorts of germs, bacteria, and viruses, and so forth. Okay? Alkaline corresponds to a negative voltage. That's when there is an excess of electrons. That's when I can give you a hug and you feel better. Some of you have a dog. It's grounding all day outside. You come home from work and the dog literally makes you feel amazing because you just got flooded with all the electrons from your dog named Max. And the surface of the earth is known to have a negative 20 millivolts, which is around a 7.35 pH. Isn't that crazy? Just think about that. Mother Earth, this planet that we're on, is literally one of our trillions of cells inside of us. It's the most powerful image I think I've ever seen because if you were to share that with the average person, it would really, really make sense. So if you guys have questions, I have a question box that we'll do. I'll share that in a moment. I do want to share all of this briefly because a lot of people have this confusion and concern about alkaline water. Usually I have Essentia, which I can go grab, but these are all pretty much the same. Alkaline water, right? 9.5 pH. But what do you guys see right here? Do you guys see that? What do you guys see right there? You see the trick? This is how they trick you. Now that you know the positive charge, okay, they trick you. They are telling you that this water is going to take your electrons because you think it's healthy because it's alkaline, yet right there, there's the positive. Let's look at this water. Another one, 9.5 pH, positive. See the positive? And who would have thought we live in a world where positive is a good thing and negative is a bad thing? Do you see how the matrix works? Do you see how the illusion works? And if you get a bottle of Essentia, heaven forbid you even look at that, it's right on the front. It's literally their label. It's literally their label. So when people tell me, hey, alkaline water is bad, I say you actually have a point. You really do have a point because if you were to test all these waters with pH drops, you would actually see it turn blue. Yet doctors, experts, Instagram gurus, and so forth, they're going to say it's bad because they're right. And I want to tell you a reason why. So what I do is I have this book right here. Let's talk about alkalinity for a second. Amazing book, by the way. Amazing book. It was published in 2020. Really, really powerful stuff, okay? If you're buying alkaline water, if you're purchasing or trying to make it or buying other machines that say it's going to produce it, here's what I want to share with you. Take a look. So this is chapter 14 Okay, this is by a doctor. I didn't make this up. I'm going to read this to you in short, in a simple term. Because a lot of people will say alkaline water is bad, and they're right. They're right because the way alkaline water is made can be a multitude of ways. For this example, we're going to talk about baking soda. Because a bottle of Essentia, which I can go grab in my other room if I need to, on the back it actually says sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda. So here it is. It is important for understanding the effect that alkaline and acidic ionized water, which is what comes from this machine right here. Okay, this is the Kangen Water machine. It is important to know that these are physically produced solutions. This means that the pH value is achieved physically, not chemically. Okay, so if you look on the back of Essentia, or let's pick one of these. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah, here we go. Purified water, potassium bicarbonate, magnesium chloride, calcium chloride. These are electrolyte, quote unquote, chemicals that's going to change the structure, so to speak. Okay? Further explanation. If alkaline water, like this one, if alkaline water and this one, and this one, and this one, and every alkaline water you can think of that's in a bottle or made by man through a chemical, if that is produced chemically, there is a reaction that takes place. And I'm not going to share this reaction. This is science, guys. This is quote unquote science that I don't even want to get into because it's way beyond my pay grade. Here's what it breaks down to. In our body, this makes a very big difference in the physiological effect, especially of our digestive system. This is why alkaline water is so bad for our gut, because it is the wrong kind. I want to make you aware of that. Because this chemical base, like in all these waters that I just showed you right here, and there's tons more, this chemical base actually neutralizes gastric acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid, by forming a salt, NaCl. With alkaline ionized water, here's easier, water from this machine, which is used by doctors and hospitals all over the world, approved as a medical device, it contains only free OH negative ions. Okay, OH negative, OH negative. That negative means it actually donates electrons. OH negative, okay? Because you have H2O. When you split the water, you have an H positive, which goes down this little discharge drain right here. It goes down this little discharge drain right here. That's where the acidic water goes. And the OH negative comes out of this top faucet, okay? That top faucet right into your glass. So the stomach acid remains untouched, okay? Since chlorine cannot form salt with an OH negative ion, and that's the picture of it. So that puts that debate to rest, okay? So when someone says Kangen water is bad for your stomach, false. This stuff is bad for your stomach. Why? Because Kangen water donates electrons, and those are a chemical alteration in the water. So if you look down further, alkaline ionized water, okay, does not neutralize gastric or hydrochloric acid. That's your stomach acid that you need to digest food. Now, here's a tip for you all. I wouldn't drink any water, Kangen or anything, while eating food. Your body knows what to do. Let it do its magic. Drink water 20 minutes later. If you want to drink water, go ahead and drink neutral water 7.0. Totally fine regardless. In Japan and Korea, drinking alkaline ionized water is generally recommended for all digestive problems. If the water gets into the stomach first, there it regulates gastric acid by reducing the excess of protons. Guys, it regulates Kangen water. Maybe I should say specific because I can't make claims. Alkaline ionized water is going to actually regulate your stomach acid. It's going to improve the balance of your digestion, okay? But not neutralizing the acid itself. So people with too much gastric acid, well, they've got heartburn, okay? With people with too little, the cells in the stomach are stimulated to produce more hydrochloric acid because of those electrons. Electrons are everything, guys. Electrons are everything. Electrons are life. This is a book. Okay, this is the book you can definitely read and learn about. I have so many books and so forth. So if you have questions on that, go ahead and fill that in. Now, let me go ahead and back here. So that's the stomach acid. I hope you guys are learning something. So let's talk about, I think we're good. Okay, so the next time, that's why I don't talk or think about don't even know the basics of electrons. So many people don't even know what an electron is, and they don't realize that we have trillions of cells in our body, and negative. Okay, that should be a little bit better, yeah? Most people don't even know what electrons are and how they work. You have trillions of cells, okay? Trillions of cells. Each one of your cells has a negative charge. In each one of your cells, there's something called mitochondria. Thousands and thousands of them, depending on the health of the cell and all these other technical terms in biology you can look up yourself. In these mitochondria, there's something called an electron transport chain. It's not called a protein chain. It's not called a get healthy chain, because in my opinion and research I've witnessed is the secret to health, the secret to wellness, longevity, long life, happiness, and so forth is the ability to replicate healthy cells over and over and over. There's a doctor named Alexis Carrel. Figure it out, what's out there, learn how your body works. And if you have one cell, like if I literally, right here, here's one of your cells, and you got trillions of these. If you know the building blocks of it, what it likes, how to get water inside of it, how to neutralize the free radicals, how to donate the electrons, you just solved the puzzle of health and wellness. And you'll see that if you go on Instagram or go online, you're not going to hear any of these terms. About the root cause, go way deeper to a point, to a place you can't even see with the human eye. Because that's the thing, you can't see your cells. You can't see technically electrons. So if you can't see it, our whole matrix is programmed for you not to believe it, as wild as that sounds. So let me switch gears here. Go make sure you're eating fresh, whole foods, fruits and vegetables, for example. There's not too many electrons left over once you cook any food, plants or animal. So just a little heads up. A lot of people that thrive on certain diets, it's most likely they're living a life away from stressors. They have more electrons in their body. They're living near nature or outdoors. All these different things, because here's what happens, guys. Here's what happens. There's something called if you trace it back, you're probably proton rich and you're electron deficient. So how can we literally get more electrons in our body? And that's why I love Kangen water so much, because we want that negative charge. That's the secret to health and wellness. So oxidative stress, acidosis, dehydration, inflammation, all of these words, guys, if you're not aware of this, all of these words that our left brain likes to make and create and put together, all of these words at the core of it is a frequency. Okay, it's a frequency. It's literally a frequency that is measured in vibration. Until we learned how to use our left brain, and then we were able to speak it. Able to speak it. Until we didn't learn how to use our left brain, everything is frequency. Okay, so the food you're eating, the water you're drinking, that's pretty much it. People are so focused on diet and are okay, so here's some more causes, of oxidative stress, as you guys can see now. If you zoom in, all sorts of things that we get experienced and hit with. And so that's why when you're drinking Kangen water daily, for example, water that has a negative charge, you're going to be able to flush out a lot of these proton-rich foods, mindsets, and so forth. Let me see. I want to make sure. I can't even start it. Can you guys hear me and see me? Test, test. We had to move locations. We can't do out there. We can't. The kitchen's too far, I guess. All right, please let me know if you guys can hear me and see me. This is lame. Gotta love the internet, right? Mic check. Damn. We lost like 60 people. That's okay. All right, well, next time I do this, which I'll do more, I'm gonna start doing these every Wednesday. I'll make sure to do it in here, or I'll have to figure a different spot because, yeah, out in the kitchen is not working. It's working now? Okay, cool. Okay, so we were talking about Kangen water. Curious if anyone's ever been interested in getting the machine or getting this in your life. I've been drinking it for 5 years. Perhaps I should have started with that. I got it back in 2016. I got very sick, ulcerative colitis, acid reflux, eczema, psoriasis, or eczema, hay fever, allergies, I was 25, 26 years old. I was a mess. I was I was electron deficient. Someone asked me, what's my lifestyle like? I do anything and everything to build electrons in my body. So UV light, grounding mats, EMF rocks, exercise, twisting your spine, breathing, infrared sauna, cold plunge, as much electron-rich foods, fruits, vegetables when I can, tons of Kangen water, which is great. Those are all things. My diet, my whole lifestyle is predicated off electrons. That's it, plain and simple. So let's get to some questions, because I know some people had some questions, and if you guys have questions, we can pop them in here. Let's see. So what is the difference between alkalizing your water with lemon and the Kangen machine? Do you add tap water to Kangen machine, then it filters? So again, lemon, you're just putting in vitamin C. Okay, so lemon, you're putting in vitamin C. You squeeze lemon juice in. Vitamin C, if you do fresh squeezed orange juice or concentrated vitamin C, it's like a negative 20 millivolts. So that's why it's alkaline. So it's good. Very, very good. And that's why drinking water with lemon in the morning, I'll put lemon sometimes in my Kangen. It'll actually, it'll get to where it needs to go, because here's something I didn't tell you guys. After your stomach, there's a pyloric valve that allows things from the gut to go, or the stomach, right into the small intestines. Okay, right into the small intestines. Yes, it's acidic, but then it also turns into alkaline in the body, which is very interesting. It's such a positive and negative transference. Small intestines, guys, a lot of issues happen there. The lining of your small intestines is positively charged membrane, positively charged. So if you have a positive and negative, you're actually going to attract. If you're drinking water, or let's say caffeine, right? Coffee, which is very acidic, positive 300 something, especially if you're using bottle or tap water, you're basically saying, forget this hydration. I'm going to rob my stomach of all its energy, and I'm going to flush all this stuff out, and I'm not going to absorb anything. And so by 2 o'clock, you're exhausted. So that's why drinking Kangen first thing in the morning on an empty stomach is ideal, because it passes your stomach, goes to the small intestines, where, let me show you guys the next part, where, let's see, where's that image? I have a couple of images saved for you guys here to explain some things. Here we go. Where your body's going to absorb it through an aquaporin. Okay, Dr. 𝗚𝗥 studied this in 2003. He actually won a Nobel Prize for an aquaporin discovery, which basically aquaporins is a channel that allows water to get into your cells. So going back to what you're saying with the lemon, you're alkalizing it, which is great. You're getting the vitamin C pretty much from the lemon, and it may give it a slight negative charge. That's about it. You're just getting that vitamin C. Okay, and then I add tap water. I don't add tap water. The tap water goes through the machine, because what happens in this machine, the water gets split up. And through this split up, and yes, it's normal. Go look on how nature does it. Go look how the planet Earth does it. And people think it's fake or synthetic. It's false. That is so false. And it's a misconception that gets tossed around, and now people assume this and that about something. It's very unfortunate people will say that. So aquaporins is what allows us to absorb the water. So let me see if I can zoom in better for you guys. I got an easier image that you can see right here. There you go. That's a little too big now, but you guys can get the idea. So the outside of your cells, the outside of all trillions of your cells, has a channel. That channel is positively charged. You guys see that? There's positive right in the middle. I wish I had a little pointer. Instagram Live's a little tricky. You get the idea, okay? It's got a positive charge. The only thing that can get into your cell is a negative charge. Negative charge, negative charge. Every water you drink should have a negative charge. If you are consuming water that has a positive charge, your body literally has to give up its own electrons to charge it up to absorb it. And that's why they say by the time people get older, they lose their thirst. They lose their quench of thirst. Well, if you go look a little bit deeper, perhaps their body is so tired of giving up vital energy to stay alive that they're going to say, forget it. We're done drinking water, because you're drinking water that is so proton rich for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years. We cannot keep giving up our electrons, or else our kidneys aren't going to work. We can't do it, or else we're going to have heart issues. If you really think about it that way, it's all positive, all negative. And we've been so inverted to think that negative is a bad thing. Negative is not a bad thing. It's everything. It's mind-bending. It's baffling. And I'm not surprised because that's how the Matrix built all this and set this all up. So that's why you want to have that negatively charged water. Lemon water, I say put lemon water in your Kangen. That's what I would say to that. All right, let's do another one. What is the life expectancy on the Kangen machine? Great question. These machines actually have been shown to last over 30 years. People bought their machine, like this company started in 1974, guys. Over 30 years now, people have had their machines. I've had mine for 6 years. I know people that have had it for 10 years, 15 years. There's a crazy story in Canada. If I could, there's so many crazy stories. It's amazing. There was an article written that a house burned down in Canada, I think maybe 5-6 years ago. And the only thing that survived was a Kangen machine, believe it or not. Only thing that survived. It stood all the fire and all the heat because of how these machines are made. So that's why I tell people, you are literally making an investment into a product that will not only be here today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, the following year. Imagine it's year 2025 and you're still not paying for water. You're still not paying for chemical cleaners. You're still not paying for beauty products. You're still not paying for maybe medications because you're off them. It is the smartest investment you can make, probably smarter than a house investment, which is a liability depending how you look at it. It's going to be more beneficial than a car, which is going to depreciate. It's going to last longer than most people's partners' relationships, their cars and houses, all their shoes and luxuries and all this crap, these water bottles and cleaning products. Think about it, guys. 2 years from now, you don't need to buy this stuff. 3 years from now, you don't got to buy any of this stuff. 4 years from now, you don't got to buy any of this stuff. And you're like, well, what does any of this stuff mean? There you go. I wish I can zoom in, but perhaps you can zoom in as well. You've got skincare, skin moisturizers, cleaning products, food and drink, pets, hand sanitizer, mouthwashes, laundry detergents, degreasers, window cleaners, floor cleaners. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So when someone says, hey, it's too expensive, which they're an investment, absolutely. So is a purse, so is a car, so is a house, so is your iPhone, so is a laptop, so is a computer. Everything is, guys. Literally everything is if you choose to see it that way. Because an investment is what's going to save you money. An expense is what's going to take you money. And for me, I stopped buying water 5 years ago. You know how much money I've saved by having this machine? Probably close to $10,000, which is way more than I paid for it. And for the next 5 years, I'm going to make another 10,000 back. And for the next year, it's not that people don't have money for it and people can't afford it. It's just they haven't prioritized it. We haven't made it a priority in our life, and we haven't seen the investment that's going to give us a massive return on it. Okay, really, really good question, though. What else do we got here? Response couldn't be shared. Oh, let me switch it. Okay, here about this one. What is this? What are the guarantees and warranties? Well, here's the thing. The machine is so well made. If you want to DM me, I have a video of a guy that's one of the top medical device experts in the world. And he had a team of all of his engineers, including MIT engineers as well, in a different category. They broke down this machine and they said this machine could last 100 years, the way it's built. All the engineers that broke it down bought a machine on the spot because of how well it has been built. So the warranty is 5 years on these machines, and you can always add a year after year after year. It's up to you. It's just 5 years. Some of you are like, well, what? This other company says lifetime. Guys, these companies that say lifetime have even been around 2-3 years. Enagic's been around 45 years. Why is it 5 years? Because after 5 years, there's nothing that will break. Nothing moves in the machine unless you drop it, knock it over, misplace it, damage it yourself. Only thing that moves through it is water. Nothing is added, nothing is altered. That's it. So if you're hesitant and don't trust yourself, extend the warranty. The reason why other companies do 30-year warranties, 50-year warranties, 100 lifetime warranties, if you really think about it, perhaps it's because so many people have to send it in for repair. Perhaps it's because there's so many issues with the manufacturing because there's no other company out there, this is fact, that actually manufacture their own ionizers. Everything is outsourced. It's like taking 50 parts all over the world and trying to make it a product that works. So that's why it doesn't have the certifications. It doesn't have the credentials. It doesn't have the track record. It's not being used by doctors and hospitals in all over the world, except the United States. So 5-year warranty, you can extend it. The reason it's not lifetime, because these machines are built so well, there's nothing to break. And that's a testament to anagics credibility, which I highly respect and represent as well. Let's see. Let's see what we got. My boss wants to get a machine, but she's asking what pH should her 5-year-old be drinking. Thank you. To be honest, kids that young really don't need Kangen yet. Their bodies aren't too toxic. If you are going to start a child on it, especially like a 1 or 2-year-old, fine, breast milk, like none, don't even have to worry about it yet. 5 years old, you can just start at 8.5. 7.0 or 8.5 and stay right there. Maybe if they get a cold or a head cold or stomach ache or something, you can tweak it. None of this water, what's hurting kids is all the processed food. It's all the blue screens. It's all the chemicals in the food. It's all the bottled waters and the water at water fountains at the school, or these toys that leach chemicals and metals. That's the problem. Kangen is not the problem. Kangen does not hurt anybody. The only time Kangen's going to maybe flip you inside out is because you got so much crap in you and you're detoxing. There's a ◪𝗪 effect, and we have a detox guide we actually share with people, so you have a step-by-step process. Because guys, when you start changing the water in your body, your life changes: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. If I wish I could go back in time and ask thousands of people that we've helped before and after on all those fronts, I could write a whole book about it. So 5-year-old, start them. You can start them low. You can work your way up. Just start at 8.5. See how they like it. You'd be surprised. Your kids, your plants, and your pets will actually tell you what water they prefer. If we just got to listen, right? We just got to listen. Next one here. Does the machine remove heavy metals? If not, is there a separate filter? So great question. Okay, here's how this works. These machines are produced and manufactured in Japan. In Japan, there is no fluoride in their water. There is no chlorine in their water. There's little to any contaminants and pollutants in their water. So they don't have to worry about filtration as much as we do. Here in the United States, good luck. It's a gamble. It's a roulette. If you guys want to look at what's in your water, ewg.org, you can actually do a water report and see what's in your water. So these machines have a carbon charcoal filter, which is designed to remove lead, rust, and chlorine primarily. If you did not know, and this is from this book right here, chlorine is actually one of the worst chemicals that have been put in our body and in our water since the beginning of time. Chlorine destroys all the structure of our water. When it gets heated up in a shower, it becomes trihalometane, and we're chloroform, and now we're breathing it. Maybe I got those words mixed up, but you get the idea. Chlorine is awful. And so you cannot have chlorine in your water and get the magic that anagic produces with these machines. Make sense? So what do? We do a water report. We double check where your water's coming from. We see what's in your water, and we help you pair it with a pre-filter. That's it. Simple pre-filter. We've got different options. Yes, it is a little extra on top. It's worth it though. I didn't have a pre-filter for months, and it still helped me with colitis, acid reflux, eczema, hay fever, allergies, anxiety, and so forth. I didn't have any pre-filters. It's not designed to remove heavy metals. This is not like an RO distill type filter. Filtration and ionization are two different things. Now here's something else to note though. Okay. Go back to positive and negative. Chlorine, Cl negative. Fluoride, Fl negative. Nitrates, N negative. Okay, get the idea? Calcium, Ca plus. Magnesium, Mg plus. Potassium, K plus. Sodium, Na plus. Do you guys get that? Did everyone catch that? The positive and negative? Okay, the positive and negative. So in the machine, there's a cathode and an anode. It's two poles. They're electromagnetic poles. Fluorides, chlorines, nitrates, sulfite, anything that is not good for us is a negative quote unquote chemical set shell will attract to the positive. When it attracts to the positive pole, it'll actually send it down the discharge drain. Okay, it'll go down the discharge drain. Anything that is a positive, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, for example, will attract to the negative pole. It's called a cathode. Okay, just think positive, negative, positive, negative. That then goes into the drinking tube. So technically, with that explanation, ionization itself is a filter. And I'm going to blow your guys' mind, bend your guys' mind, so I don't want to blow your mind, keep your mind here. Bend your guys' mind some more. If you look up the history of ionization, if you remember back in Russia, a long time ago, there's something called Chernobyl. There was a radiation spill. Did you guys know that to help repair and restore the water in Russia, in Chernobyl, they used ionized water? Did you guys know that the people that were poisoned with radiation actually drank ionized water? Why? Because radiation, all that is so many protons that nothing can survive, nothing can live, right? All of your electrons are gone, all your water is gone, you are dead. You are literally dead. They say when we die, all the water leaves our body, the waters of our body house the soul. Okay, so that's what happened in Chernobyl, and you can go look all this stuff up. So you've got to drink tons of ions, tons of negative ions, radiation poisoning, EMF poisoning, heavy metal poisoning. Basically means positive, 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 positive poisoning. And no one's going to tell you that. Why? Because be positive, think positive. 1 + 1 = 2. Plus sign. Even our math is right in front of us. It's crazy when you really break it down at that level. So to answer your question, you get a pre-filter depending on how your water is, where you live, well water, whatever type of water system you have. This machine works for anything and everything except distilled water because you need to have a remineralizer. ROs work because you have RO, remineralizer, Kangen. Well water works, you have well water, pre-filter, Kangen. House filtration, Kangen. House softener, potassium tablets, Kangen. Distilled water, unless you can remineralize it and move it through the machine, ain't gonna work. So I don't recommend RO distilled water ever. Great for filters, not for drinking, because it's saturated with positive protons. So many protons, way so many protons. RO water was not intended for human consumption. It just got so bad, our water got so bad back in the 1970s, I think when Perrier or carbonated beverages took forth and became mainstream, that RO water systems became used in homes because our water was so bad. We should be writing complaints to the government, guys. And we're putting our energy in the wrong place. So that's what I would recommend. Definitely a separate filter to help you with all those issues as well. All right, let's see what else we got. We talked about that. Same thing with fluoride. Remember, fluoride is Fl negative. It's going to attract to the positive, which is called an anode. The anode then sends water to the discharge hose. That goes down your drain. I'm not here to tell you there's proof. I can't say parts per million this. Be honest with you guys, bottled water, even foods, sports drinks, coffees, teas, all these things have fluoride. All these have fluoride. Literally, at the end of the day, it's going to become a positive charge, okay? So the best thing you can do is drink water that's a negative charge, and that can break down different fluorides. There's this amazing book right here. Let's see, where is it? The Missing Link. You actually can't buy this anymore, okay? A doctor right here, she had, like I say it, poisoning, okay? You guys get it? Poisoning, heavy metal poisoning, including fluorides and stuff. She did blood work before and after, and what she saw was that alkaline ionized water, I'm not going to say Kangen because you can't make claims. Get what I'm saying though. Was able to flush the body of all those contaminants. So your body is a filter, guys. You have a pre-filter, the Kangen filter, ionization is a filter, and you're a filter. Poo, pee, sweat, and breathe. Make sense? We really have 4 filters, and people lose their mind on contaminants. And it's also hard because that's the fear that we've been programmed to. I'm not saying drink all this stuff. I'm saying filter your water. Ionization's a filter, and so are you. Simple. Very, very simple. It's just very sad because Kangen machines don't technically, on paper, statistically, third-party reviewed study, filter fluoride because go to Oregon, they don't have fluoride, guys. Go to different countries in the world, they don't have fluoride. So they're not going to customize a filter just for your city water. You should be going to City Hall and complaining to the water district. You should be writing to the EWG and complain to them. People get mad at an addict. What do you expect to hit everything that comes up? It's crazy. So to remove fluoride, get a pre-filter. Ionization helps the process, and then so do you. When your body is negatively charged and is flushing out all of that waste. Okay, I know people like Orin therapy. I've never done it. I have no interest. Not for me. We've tested our RP, pun intended. It's negative charge, literally almost a -100. There would be places spare you the details. I'll go pee outside. The grass grows super fast. Why? Because I'm loading it with electrons. And all the rabbits and animals literally go to that patch of grass where we go pee outside. I haven't really shared it. It's just a little experiment we do. So a lot of people that are acidic, that are acidosis, inflammation, that have too many protons in their body and can't produce ATP through the electron transport chain, they may have a positive ORP. It's funny because it's urine, pee, ORP. Get it? Anyways, I make myself laugh. I know you're all muted. That's okay. So for me, this works better than pee. If you don't have a Kangen machine, go for it. I just go test your pee. Go get an ORP meter and test your pee, and you'll know if you should drink it or not, because there's a lot of other stuff there. So if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, great. I've never tried it. I have no interest in doing it. I'm sure it's lovely if you can tolerate it. For me, I'm good. I've got my liquid gold, so to speak. Questions. Let's see what else. Okay, so we got those. I'm going to share with you some more questions I got from earlier. What percentage of reproductive systems is comprised of H2O? Everything, guys. Your whole body is literally water. 99% at the molecular level is literally water. What is the life expectancy? We've already talked about that, over 30 plus years. We provide full training on everything. We give you everything you would need. Why would one drink the 8.5 instead of 9.5 other than first starting? So the important thing, great question. The important thing about starting slow is because of the detox. So a lot of people will go into the Kangen water and they'll start drinking the 9.5. And what'll happen is they'll start detoxing. Their skin will break out. They'll get a stomach ache. They might get some sores in their mouth. Maybe some hair falls out, and they freak out because the person that sold them the machine did not educate them. We have a PDF. We have a guide that teaches you how to start drinking your water. We have everything for you. What happens is that whole story now gets blanketed, and now everyone thinks Kangen water is hurting people. Well, here's what happens. It's called the 𝗪𝗔𝗡𝗚 effect. The fact that you're having these outbreaks is your body finally saying, now I can release. Now I can take out the trash. Now I can let go. Now I can, go to the bathroom. Now I can breathe. Now I can sweat. Now my skin is ready to release. My lymphatic system is moving. That's what water is going to do. Kangen water will do. Alkaline ionized water will do because of all those electrons. Imagine having your whole body. You guys ever get dehydrated? All right, you ever get dehydrated and your mouth is like a desert? Or you're thirsty, or you're getting cotton mouth, right? If you guys know what I'm talking about. And as soon as you drink water, it's almost like you start drooling, just like that. It's like you start drooling because you're just getting loaded with water. Same thing goes for the body. If you're acidic, if you're inflammatory, if you've got oxidative stress, if you've got pathogens, metals, parasites, viruses, and so forth in your body, this water is going to donate all the electrons to neutralize it, and your body's going to find a way to get rid of it. So if your detox pathways are blocked, you may have a skin outbreak. If your stomach is sluggish from all the mucoid plaque from processed food, sorry to say, like meat, dairy, and eggs will create a big residue. Even plant-based, junk, vegan food, cooked food, all that stuff, you're going to start coagulating your gut. When you start drinking the water, you may go to the bathroom and it may not be pretty. I had colitis, and I'm not going to spare you the details of what came out of me. It was gnarly. So that's what happens is start slow and work your way up. Okay. Especially if you're 40, 50 and above years old and you've got health issues, start at the 8.5. We've had younger people in the 20s start at the 9.5, and they had a headache, they had a stomach ache, they were getting rashes, and they were literally freaking out. It's called the 𝗪𝗔𝗡𝗧 effect. So when you buy a machine from our community, we actually have an 8-page PDF we just finished from a detox specialist about how to slowly introduce water into your body, Kangen water, and how to navigate and mitigate all the different things that come with it. And guys, this could take weeks. Your detox could take weeks. It could take months, depending how toxic you are. It's not just one day, it's all gone. Remember, I'm 33. I'm talking 25 years of acidic buildup, proton buildup, inflammation, acid, oxidative stress, low cellular voltage, dehydration. These are terms, guys, you can go on Instagram, you're not going to find them out there. You will not find many of these terms out there because not many people know this stuff, including doctors and holistic practitioners, and it baffles me. And here we have people on a new herb, which is great, a new medicine, which is I don't know, not every medicine may be great. A new food, a new diet, a new fad diet, which cool, yet you need water to break all that down. A new meditation, great. Yet when you're done with the meditation, what are you drinking all day? Try going without water for a day. Go oxygen without a day. Literally, oxygen, water, and minerals, voltage. Those three are big pillars for me. So that's what happens when you start detoxing. And that's why people want to start slow and work their way up. Another question, what would you not recommend a pregnant person? So if you're pregnant currently, if you're going to drink any kind of ionized water, start slow, because if you're detoxing too fast, you could flood the body with acid. For most people though, if you're before you get pregnant or early stages and you're drinking this water or ionized water, it's one of the best things for you. Your amniotic fluid, okay, where the baby's being birthed, is alkaline, high negative charge. A lot of times moms have nausea, fatigue, mood swings, cravings because their body's deficient in electrons. So we've actually helped a lot of moms with very easy pregnancies. Plain and simple, babies slip right out of them because they were so hydrated. So if you are like mid-pregnancy and you're starting the water, just like anything, start low. 8.5. Start very, very slow. Work your way up. Don't go right to the 9.5 because I just don't know. I don't know what would happen. I don't know. I don't have experimental data, scientific studies on such. I just know in the big picture, it is one of the best things for pregnancy and delivery and for children and fetal development. And that's from doctors, studies, books, and all sorts of things. Great question. Yeah, really good question. We talked about that. All right, let me go back to that one photo I have. I really want to make sure you guys get the right information. All right, well, oh shoot, my hand is above it. Okay, white crust. Okay, so what happens, yeah, another good question. So what happens is, on these bottles, what will happen is there'll be like a white film that starts building on the bottle, especially if it's glass. You can't see it because this is blue, but on a clear glass, it'll look like a white film. All that is ionized calcium. It's totally harmless. Even on the Enagic website, there's nothing to fear about it. What happens is usually if there's a lot of calcium in your water, if you have hard water, maybe if you need some pre-filters, or if your machine hasn't been cleaned in a while, there could be some white flakes, because when this magic happens in the machine, okay, when this ionization process happens in the machine, the minerals get ionized, and what'll happen is they'll start building up on the plates. Okay, so you just want to be able to get that off. So we recommend 1 to 2 times a month you do an e-cleaning. And the e-cleaning is simple, takes a few minutes to set up, runs for a few hours, and that'll flush all of the buildup on the plate. So if you do have a Kangen machine, you're watching this, make sure you're cleaning your machine. Make sure you're doing it 1 to 2 a month, and then you can send it in for a deep cleaning once a year to the company, because they're a manufacturing company. Good luck sending your Tyant in somewhere, or your Life Ionizer, or anything else, because I mean, many of those companies don't even have a team. They're just sales reps. There's no manufacturers, no engineers. There's no on-site staff that can help with technical analysis or breaking down the machine parts and so forth. That's another reason I don't touch any of these other ionizers. They're cheaper. They bash Kangen. They say this and that. If any company, guys, this is for all of you just to be aware of, if there's any company out there that predicates their marketing about hating and bashing other companies, that's a big red flag. One of the biggest red flags. If you go on Enagic.com, there's no mention anytime, anywhere of any other company. It's like Rolls-Royce. Okay, you don't see Rolls-Royce hating on Camrys. You don't see Rolls-Royce bashing Mercedes. Do you ever see Rolls-Royce saying, hey, the Lexus is not the way to go, drive Rolls-Royce? No, they don't even care. Why? Why would you have to base your marketing off tearing or bringing another company down with false information? And that's another thing that ticks me off about the internet and Instagram and TikTok and social media. Because people will go on a website, they'll go on a blog that is probably not backed, not credified and certified, making up words now, credible and certified, and they'll read it, they'll take it as their truth, and then they'll come to a conclusion, and now they're completely disconnected from the truth itself, and now they're completely electron deficient because now they'll never drink Kangen water. It's absurd. It's sad, it's baffling, it's frustrating, and that's why I'm going to start doing these lives more often, because this is hurting people. because you're now lying to people. You are now manipulating people. These companies, and I'm not going to even name them. I already said plenty of them. Any other ionizer, I've researched them all. Most of them, I'll say 90% of them, because there's some good ones that try to do the best they can. They can't even compete with a medical device. That's just the truth at the end of the day. Most of these companies are using bash and spin marketing to lure customers to buy a cheaper product when the product is way more inferior. You'd get little customer support. It's a lifetime warranty and it's cheaper than Kangen. And then they'll literally Photoshop. It's disgusting. They'll Photoshop fake information on their site about Kangen machines just so they can sell their products. Very, very sad, very out of integrity. That's why water ionizers, this whole water information thing gets such a bad rap, because there's a very, very bad game of telephone that is played and people are picking up the phone with the wrong information. They're picking up the phone with the wrong information. So if you know somebody that has been interested in Kangen water, make sure to send them this video. I will post this on my feed. Make sure to send them this. If you know somebody that's been on the fence or is unsure because they read a blog or a website or a freaking Instagram influencer that's never tried the water, makes products to bash it and try to mimic it and copy it, tells people to stay away from XYZ, or a doctor or a holistic practitioner who's never tried the water, never took a few hours to study it or ask questions, they just came to an assumption because of a blog they read by a trusted source. You guys have got to come to your own truth. You've got to ask the right questions. That's why I'm not doing this to sell you. I don't care if 0 of you buy a machine. I don't care. We've already helped 10,000 people. We're helping thousands more already. There's too many people in the world. I don't care if 0 of you buy a machine. I hope you do. I pray for you, because your cells would love it. Your voltage would love it. Your skin would love it. Your hair, your body, your reproductive, your hormones, your lymphatic system, your muscles, your tissues, your kidneys, your liver, your pancreas, your small intestine, your body will love it. I promise you that. If you love sunshine, if you love earthing and grounding, if you love movement, exercise, and happiness, if you love peace of mind and connection to God and source within you, you will love being hydrated. Absolutely. And if you have no interest, breaks my heart, yet it's your life, it's your truth, and none of you 50 people on here ever want to get a machine, that's okay. All I'm here to do is make sure you have the right information. I can't decide how healthy you should be. I can't tell you where your money should go. I can't want to save your money more than you. I can't want to help you with your own future more than you. I can't help you get rid of chemicals more than you. It's not going to work. So I will never convince you to buy a machine. That's not my job. You've got to convince yourself and realize, how important is my health? Where is my money going today? How much longer am I going to keep paying for these water bottles? How much longer am I going to keep paying for medications or therapies or new foods or new supplements, which we're not even absorbing because we're drinking it with water that's positively charged? How much longer is it going to take? Because what I just said has been around for 40 years. I'm 33 years old. The company started before I was even conceived in the womb. And it took me 26 years. To come across this that I wish I knew day one. And for some of you, this is day one. Some of you, this is your first exposure. And so when I do share the webinars, when I do share these invitations, when I do share these reels, it's not to sell you. It's to educate you. It's to clear up all the bullshit. Excuse my language. It's literally to clear up all the crap that I've been watching for months. And I've been waiting and figuring out what is the most common theme here. And it's literally misinformation. It's alkaline is wrong, bad, and this. It's ORP, no clue what that is. It's all machines are the same. Kangen water is a scam. This affects your stomach. That's not good for you. Don't drink this water, you'll die. It's crazy. People are literally saying on the internet, and massive Instagram influencers, I'm not going to name names. I'm not that shallow. They know who they are. They're saying that Kangen water is so bad when all it is natural occurring minerals, structured water, electrons, and hydrogen gas. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But people want to get all fancy. They want to justify where this is wrong and that is right, or instead of comma and. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And what I do is I ask them, have you ever tried it? No, they don't respond to me, or they say, no, I never have. Well, then the conversation ends here because there's nothing I can say. Nothing I can say. Oh, what? Martin Rees. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Zac Efron, I'm sure they're going to say, but all these celebrities and Hollywood people, they all have it. They all have the machine. I can show you that. I know the people that install it at their homes, or they're getting paid to share something else. Follow the money, guys, right? Follow the money. Martin Rees, he doesn't like me. He blocked me. He doesn't want to have a conversation. He don't like me. He don't like me. Let's see. What else? Do you change the plates? Nope. You never have to change them ever. Never have to change the plates ever. You just got to make sure you're up to date with the cleanings. Very simple. Very, very simple. These plates are medical grade platinum dip titanium. What else? Let me scroll up here. If you typed a comment or a question in the comments, I may have missed it. Oh yeah, the pyramid scheme and all that stuff. I get a kick out of that. So Enagic, actually, the way it gets shared, I will talk about this. The way it gets shared is through direct sales. You can go to the DSA.org, directsalesassociation.org. They work with the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission. The FTC monitors pyramid schemes, quote unquote, and they work with the DSA. So 1 + 1 = 2. You cannot have Enagic be a pyramid scheme because it's already a part of the organization that monitors it. Just doesn't make sense. Second thing is most people don't even know what a pyramid is. Basically, a pyramid is when there's no product shared in the market and when people are paying each month a subscription just to stay involved in a pot. So the stock market's a pyramid scheme. Okay, the way our government prints money, that's a pyramid scheme. If you guys haven't noticed, it is what it is. But because we have a product, you literally could throw that out the window. So that was easy. MLM, multi-level marketing, that is a concept of a business comp plan. Network marketing is the industry. MLM is a piece, a component of a compensation plan. Enagic doesn't necessarily follow that. They have their own compensated plan. They have their own 8-point system, which pays out to distributors. Apple iPhones, real estate agents, car dealerships, they all work on commission. If you go and sell a home as a real estate agent, you make a commission. Is that illegal? Is that a scam? No one bats an eye. You go sell a car, you get the same thing in commission. So yeah, we share this as a business. It's incredible. It's allowed me to work from home and share with you guys all the value I do because I don't have to go to work. I can go travel. I can go talk anytime. I can go live when I want, wake up when I want. It's amazing. So it's far from it. And again, it stems from this whole lack of information, awareness, and education. What else? Parts per millimeter of the water, ppm. So ppm, we just looked at hydrogen. We actually had a girl test it with a guy that used to work for the Molecular Hydrogen Institute. Kangen's like at a 1.16 part per million, around that range. Make sure you clean it. If you don't, machine's not clean, it's like if you don't change the oil on your car's not going to run properly. Most people that have a machine may not be using it properly because they didn't get the education and information. Great question. Pre-filter, multi-pure is my favorite pre-filter. That's one of the best ones out there. Let me look up. We'll start wrapping this up, guys. Great questions. And if you want to learn more, you can hit me up. You can message me. We know people. I know the guy that sold 4 machines to Steph Curry. Conor McGregor bought 6 from a buddy of mine. UFC has it. Tom Brady's drinking it 20 years, 15 years. So it is what it is. Fresh is best. The negative charge actually lasts over a week, guys. I actually tested it. It stays negative 100 for almost over 7 days. Yeah, Tyan says they're medical grade. No. Let me see, scroll down. If you guys have questions, put it in the question box. What's the purpose of minerals of the water? They're conductors. Minerals are conductors. The conductors of electricity. Okay, that's why most people are mineral deficient. So here's another thing, great question too. If people aren't feeling the water effectively, it's because they're mineral deficient, enzyme deficient, and they're lacking the right fats, lacking the right proper fats because they're eating trans fats, processed seed oils. That is accurate, seed oils and so forth. So you want to make sure you have the right fats because the fats coat the cellular membrane, and that cellular membrane is where the aquaporins are. Minerals are the conductors of electricity, so that's why you can't have Kangen water without minerals. So if you do RO systems, need a remineralizer. And then enzymes. Enzymes do over 20,000 things in the body, and most people are deficient in enzymes. The moment you cook your food, you're zapping the enzymes. Most enzymes in food are gone. It's hard to get them back once you're depleting your body of enzymes, which is in this book right here, Enzyme Factor. This is Dr. 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗏. Crazy on the back of his book. What does he recommend? Top 5 doctor in the world, drinking Kangen water. Drinking Kangen water. So Zac Efron may say Kangen water is not good. I don't really care. I'm going to listen to this guy probably instead of Zac Efron. I'll let Zac Efron do his thing. I think he drinks other little ionizers, or I don't know. Who knows? Most of them do drink it. They're just not allowed to say it. Pretty wild. That's the world we live in. Yeah, Berkeys aren't even allowed in California anymore. They don't actually filter everything they say. We have videos on that. So just be aware if you just bought a Berkey, at least you're on the right track. I tell people, hey, at least you're on the right track. You're filtering first, at least you're on the right track. Because filtration is important, guys, filtration. Okay, so all that makes sense. So if you guys have questions, message me, shoot me a DM. Yeah, this hair. Zac Efron a clone. You go in there, you're wild. I answered your question about the white buildups, ionized calcium. Happy to retire my Berkey. Hey, send it off. Give it love. They're banned in California. Leach aluminum into the water. Good Lord. Yeah, don't touch it. Anyways, filtration key. If you guys want to learn more, DM me. I get back to all of you. And if I haven't, I'm getting to you. Schedule a call with me. I'll show you how to get a machine. You can finance them. Just think about it. This is just an exposure, guys. I'll probably do this next Wednesday. Yes, this hair is from the beauty shower. So you're like, wait, what? The beauty shower? There's a shower filter that this company makes that has ionized minerals literally in the shower. So I couldn't grow a beard for the sake of it for almost 28 years when I started showering in this water and spraying the beauty water, which I didn't even show you guys this slide. Let me show you this slide. Here you go. Dang it, it's too big. I'm gonna have to tweak these. The machine makes 7 different types of water, and you can actually use it for different things. So see beauty water in the middle, that's for plants. So you got shine water, strong acid water, cleaning oil stains, cleaning toilets, getting rid of pesticides. All of these waters are made from the machine. No ionizer out in the world, guys. No, I'm not even gonna name names. No ionizer can actually do any of this. Literally, there's nothing comes close. So I tell people too, oh, okay, cool. Well, the water you drink, can you actually clean with it? Like, no. Can you actually clean your produce with it? No. Can you disinfect cuts with it? No. Does it help with strep throat? No. Can you use it for your laundry detergent? No. Can you use it for hand sanitizer? No. And I keep going, and I'll keep going, and I'll keep going, and I'll keep going. This machine makes 7 types of water that can do all of it. My gosh, the best investment you can make, hands down. I bought 6 of them over the years for my family, friends, travel machines. We led the loaner machines and so forth. So yeah, if you're curious, ask questions. If you're looking online, please use discernment. Take what other people say for a grain of salt until you get the facts. And I'm going to do the best I can to give you guys the facts over and over and over. Because it's super important, because I've seen people miss out on this and overlook this and bypass this because they picked up the wrong message to a game of telephone. We have webinars, we have demo videos. If you're close to me or if you're close to somebody, we can help you try to drink it. You can get it maybe at a water store that has it, or a local Enagic branch, or a distributor. We have a water share map. We're in 15 countries. We have over 10,000 members in our community. We have the biggest team in Italy. This company is literally selling 20 to 30,000 machines a month globally. So everyone's buying them right now. We're at like a 2% market penetration. We have a whole community. We do crypto courses. We teach you how to do network marketing, how to improve your public speaking. Also with Wakewater Co., which you guys have seen me share, we do branding calls. We teach you how to build a social media. We have 10 plus calls a week. We're a part of another community that offers, high-end earning potential, personal development, self-development. What's the difference between the SD and the K8? The K8 has 8 plates, so it's got 30% more of the good stuff. So I always recommend going with the K8. Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. Guys, questions keep coming in. You guys want me to keep going a little bit, huh? How do you handle when I get rich, or if I had money, I would buy this right now? That's all good. Again, people get caught up in the price tag, which they're an investment, and they range from $3,000 to $5,000. It's not a secret. You're going to find out eventually if you're going to get one. Finance it. We have financing plans. Finance it. If you want to do $55 a month on a credit card, if you want to do a down payment, a quarter up front. Because I'll just ask you this, do you pay taxes? And if you pay taxes and you're paying thousands of dollars, you just don't know how the game works. These are tax deductions, these machines are, because you could start a home-based business with it. You got to learn how the matrix works. You got to learn how the game works. So if you pay the IRS money in taxes, you're basically saying, I'd rather drink proton-rich water and use chemical cleaning products and feel tired and not sleep well and pay the government more than I need to instead of buying a machine. It's crazy. I know people in $30,000 in debt that bought these machines because there's no price tag on your health. India, Philippines, these countries that have low income per capita, they're the top countries that buy these machines. It's crazy. Why? Because they respect health. They know the power of community and they see the opportunity. So, hey, if it's not for people because of the price tag, that's their health, guys. That's their life. You can only do so much for people. Like I said, I don't care if any of you buy a machine. I care, and I don't care. I don't care if none of you get a machine. That's great. Be happy, live your life, and just make sure you're not, being acidic to people, being mean and a bad person. But for most of you, you are going to get it eventually. Probably by next 10 years, 10% of the world will have a machine. California's already at 1%. Hawaii's at 4%. Washington, 6%. It's crazy. People are buying these left and right. Like our community alone is selling close to 50 to 100 machines a month all over the world in 15 countries. So really, really powerful, really, really good stuff. DM me. Who teaches all this? Me and our leaders. A lot of leaders. There's some of them are on here. We've got an amazing group, a very, very smart group. I do coaching calls. You guys have seen on my stories. If you're new to my page, welcome. I know this has been a long live. It's going to be a doozy. I pray that Instagram will let me post this because there's a lot of really good stuff. This is just something I wanted to do because I'm tired of the misinformation. I'm tired of the BS. This is simple, guys. It's water that mimics Mother Nature. Water that instead of traveling around the world to get this healing water one time, you can have it every day for the rest of your life, literally. And it'll do 50 plus things for you. It'll save you a ton of money. You can share with family and friends. Your plants and your pets are going to love it. You're going to help the environment, get rid of plastics and chemicals. You can literally pass this to your kids one day. You can do the business if you want and share it with the world if you care to. Write it off as taxes, not financial advice. Check with your CPA, and you're just doing it one time. You're doing it one time for life, and that's really it. Okay? Power and water go out. We already have a generator, and you can put the water in gallons. It'll last weeks. It won't be a strong ORP. It'll stay alkaline. It'll stay structured, microclustered, and all the things. But yeah, we have a generator. You just plug it in, good to go. And we teach our community to be prepared for whatever happens in the future. So, all right, you guys. Last, closing it up, anything else? This was great. Did you guys like this? Give me a thumbs up or a yes, and I will do another one. And I'll keep doing them over and over, and I'll keep handling the most common objections and questions. Because, yes, I would love for you all to have a machine. Even if I wasn't doing the business, you got to have one. You got to have one. And if you don't, all good. Do your thing. Drink the protons. Keep drinking the acids. Literally, that's what you're saying. Like, keep getting the chemical cleaners, using the mouthwashes, the medications. Like, do your thing. I send you love and respect. Just don't be spewing out acidic thoughts and acidic projections and assumptions. Don't be spitting out low vibrational energy. Don't be stealing people's electrons that are hydrated. Because you get around someone who's been drinking the water, they are vibing. Now, you come to one of our events, people are like, what are these people on? We're on water. We're crazy water people. We should all be crazy water people. And go check out Avatar Way of Water. If you guys didn't see that on my stories, oh my gosh. That's literally declassing Kangen Water. Crazy stuff. All right, you guys, I'm going to bed. Well, not yet. I'm going to go chill. Have a good night. We'll change it. We'll do it here next time. I'll mix it up instead of out there in the other room. Better signal, bell, cell service. Call to action. DM me. Hit me up or get back to whoever shared this with you. Get back to who people you've been talking about with the water. Ask them for more info, try the water, ask questions, give it a go. There's a 30-day refund, all right? On the 29th day, if you really don't like it, if you are worse than you started, you can send it back, get your money back, and pay a restock fee, and you're good to go. Thousands I've had maybe one return. because of a financial thing, or they just weren't prepared for the detox, and next thing you know, it just got out of whack. So doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. All right, you guys, blessings. Have a good one. DM me. I got you.